Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 20 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. You know I love that one, right? It's one of my favorites. So, I want to get a ritual going from Astral today. Ooh, enchanted armor. Don't mind if I do. So I've prepared, I think, everything I need to do this. When you click this into the table, make sure you don't put the good crystal that you might have in your inventory into it. But today we're going to take a look at rituals. So Astral Sorcery adds a ton of really cool rituals that add some really cool effects. Oh, hello. Goodbye. And hello. Like a bunch of really cool effects. There's things that, like, you know, make crops grow faster, prevent mobs from getting nearby, like all kinds of cool stuff. That I'm very interested to show you guys. So the first one I'm going to focus on is one that will deal with this annoyance of mobs keep showing up at my area here. I'm going to create a ritual that prevents mob spawns in an area around itself. So in order to do that, there's several steps to get started. First off, you need to make the ritual pedestal, which we just made. Second off, like most things in Astral, you need to make yourself the ritual multi-block. So that would be this dude. It's not too bad to make. He's actually pretty straightforward. So like right in the center of the ritual pedestal, where should we put this guy? I'm thinking like maybe here-ish. Oh look, a meteor. I kind of want to go get that. I think that's a meteor, or is that a... Oh, it's a spark. I thought it was a meteor. Are meteors back in Astral? I'm not even sure, but it's a flare thingy. I thought it might be a meteor based on the way it was falling, but, you know, it's all good. So anyway, let's pick a spot that looks like it'll be nice. I'm thinking like right here-ish might be cool to build out the ritual pedestal. So we're going to do that. So in order for this to work, we need to do 1, 2, and then a third bricks going out in each direction. Right? This will soon be a thing of the past. I'm telling you guys, just you wait. Just you wait. Not much by way of having to deal with those things anymore. Cool. And then on either side is also bricks. Goodness gracious, you're annoying. Do I still have... I don't really. See, we're gonna be done with this soon. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Just freeing up a little inventory space. So here and here are also bricks. Yes. Yes. Cool. I don't think I have my magnet turned on at the moment, but that's okay. And then I think we also have a bricks in the interceding spot. So that would be you, 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 and you. And appropriately, I think I just hit level 20. Hooray, level 20! I've been looking through the Astral perks. There's some really cool ones, by the way. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now, inside all those will be marble. So we replace all these dudes with marble. Okay, like regular old marble. Cool. And then all the way around it is going to be marble arches. So basically right around here. It's hard, like disturbingly hard, to break the right number of blocks. But it's all good. So yeah, it's going to be like, so let's see, marble arches. It should be something like, and then that. This drill just mines too fast. And that should be your multi-block structure for the ritual. Nice. Cool. So now what we need to do is we need to attune the Uber Celestial Crystal that I made between episodes. Remember last episode, we focused a lot on how to make these really good Celestial Crystals. So I made one that's going to be really good for rituals, right? And that's... with the tall grass thing. I thought that was like specifically fixed in Minecraft in this version. The whole hitting a tall grass with sword. I know there was a mod in 1.12 that fixed it, and I could have sworn somebody said, oh no, it's fixed in... But no, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Alright, so you give me... Lucerna is the ritual that we are specifically interested in here today. Right, so we're going to get that out. Is that in the sky tonight? We'll find out. Okay, so let's put you here. we're going to mine up all of the existing ones. And I might need my magnet turned on at this point. Hopefully I have enough Astral dudes, but if not, I can go home and get a couple more of these. I think we're good. Yay, it's in the sky. So I'm going to drop my Celestial Crystal in here. Awesome. Look at that go, huh? Whew. Definitely confirmed that the color of the ritual is the color of the particle effects that go in there. Like if you look at your constellations, Lucerna's yellow. That's really awesome. I love that. Looks so cool. Picking up good vibrations. Which one's that? Attune a crystal to a constellation. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. You'll also note, by the way, that it's drawing Lucerna on the ground. Like, when you place these relays, the constellation Lucerna is this U shape. That's literally drawn here. So there's a lot of nuances then in Astral that really come through. All right, so now if I were to place this guy on, no, not there, on here. Yeah, stepping in Liquid Starlight, by the way, gives you the thing. Ta-da! We've got a Lucerna ritual. So if we look at our book, right, you know what each ritual does once you discover it with a telescope, right? And this one, the ritual effect, while only starlight, the fundamental brightness contained within the area of the ritual prevents creatures from arising in the dark unless they are strong enough. The breach of the ritual increases based on the number, or the reach of the ritual increases based on the number of balancing lenses active on the ritual. So we haven't done anything with balancing lenses yet. That's something we'll take a look at in a bit. I might just disable clouds because they are just being a nuisance with the visual effect of it. Video settings, clouds off. Yeah, who needs clouds? Not me. So that should prevent mob spawns. What I'm going to do is sleep through the day, make it nighttime, and I'll be curious to see the reach of this ritual without any augmentation or improvements, right? So just to make a day a little bit faster, I'm going to sleep here to get into daytime, and then we'll wait a minute or two until I can sleep and make it night. And then I'll be curious to see, you know, like all the mobs that are out in force right now are going to die because it's daytime, and then we'll see what kind of mobs show up at night. And we're going to basically test out what is the range of this ritual. How does it look? How does it work by itself? And we can augment it, which I'll be showing you potentially depending on if it's a big enough range as it is. All right, guys, we are back. So if you look on the map, you'll see that there are some mob spawns happening, but it's being kept relatively at bay. They're still a little bit closer than I would want them to be. So I think we need to augment this ritual, make it a little bit better. I think that's what our plan's going to have to be, because it's doing a good job. It's just the range without any augmentation or improvement is limited. That's what I'm seeing. So like there's definitely no mobs right near here. If we take a look kind of centered here, almost entirely on our map, we can see there's almost no mobs happening. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good by itself, but we can really ramp this thing up. We can definitely improve the ritual a bit and make it so that it protects an even larger area, which I think I might want to do. I think we want to make sure that there's really no mobs anywhere near my base. Yeah, I don't know if I love the whole mobs touch you and then get teleported away mechanic. I'm not sure if that's my favorite. So let's do this. Let's pop home. And I really need to clean up my inventory because that's the situation we find ourselves in. I'm going to put away all this marble. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. And I think what I'm going to do is augment the ritual to be better. And protect a larger area. So that's kind of my next plan. So let's look at how to do that, because that's not too hard to do, and it should be pretty cool. So what we're going to want probably is some kind of collection rate ritual crystal thing. So let's get a couple of these. What do we got in here? We got a couple collection rates. Collection rate would probably be your best bet. So for Starlight Collection, the attributes that you care about are most importantly purity. Second most important is a focus of the constellation. So if we had a Lucerna focus, that would be cool, but we don't. So purity is going to be most important. Next up is shape. and then size, and then collection rate. So I think purity, shape, size, and collection rate are what we care about most for this. Now, you don't have to make a perfect crystal. Like, let's be very clear about that. We could just get, like, a decent crystal and be cool. Because I don't think Lucerna needs the best crystal in the world. I think it's okay to just have, and you can see I'm growing a little bit more over here. Where are we at? We're at stage 1, so you keep doing your thing. So Lucerna has a pretty decent radius by itself. Other rituals, though, ones that like do damage to mobs or do other things, may be important to really optimize them. So what I think I'm going to do is just get like a good crystal, but not a perfect one. So what do we got here? Something that has like a decent amount of attributes on it. Do we have one that has like something-ish good? Something seems to be here, but the understanding is not yet revealed. I assume that that's a focus of a specific constellation that we don't quite know yet. Shape and ritual effect, meh, meh, meh. Shape, tool durability, collection, yeah, that one's not at all what I want. Size and tool durability, shape 2, yeah. I mean, shape is kind of helpful for collection. So I'm such a min-maxer, like, you know, in my brain, I'm like, I really want to make this as good as possible. So let's just like, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to go crazy with it, right? I'm just going to, we're going to combine some shape and some collection rate, and we'll call it a day. So how do we do here? Ritual effect, collection rate 1, and collection rate 1. So it'll be collection 3. Let's put ritual effect away. Do we have another shape by chance? Tool durability. We have a shape 3 in there. Shape 2. That's kind of cool. Let's split that guy up. Yeah. So what we'll do is I'll come over here and I will combine. It's not going to be like the perfectest crystal, but we'll do shape 2 and shape 1, and that'll be shape 3. Then we'll add on the 3 collection rates. Then I'll use just Starlight by itself to bump the size up to 3. Okay? So it'll be shape 3, collection rate 3, and size 3. And we'll skip purity, even though purity is the best for Starlight collection, but I don't think I have any purities right now, and I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time getting some. Alright guys, we are set. We've got our Celestial Crystal with size 3, shape 3, and collection rate 3. Is it the best crystal you can get? Nope. Probably would have thrown purity on there if I wanted to. Remember, you do have a limit of 10 total combined attributes. Now, the other thing we want to do is we want to attune this guy to Lucerna. Unfortunately, it is not a Lucerna night. It is not. So what we need to do is sleep through the night and day until Lucerna is back in the sky. So we will be back once that's ready. All right, I think 2 or 3 sleeps or so is all that needed. And we've got Celestial Crystal ready to go. Nice. And then what we want to do is turn this into a collector crystal, right? So attune it to the correct constellation that matches your ritual, in this case Lucerna, and then make it a collector crystal, and that will focus the starlight of Lucerna from the collector crystal onto the ritual, which is what we're going to do next, and that will augment the ritual's effects and range. So it'll make it, you know, go further and do more. Now, Lucerna just blocks mob spawns, so doing more doesn't make a lot of sense. But, like, for example, there's a ritual that does damage to mobs, right? So that one, what you would see is it would do more damage to mobs, right? Let's see, is this the one in the corner and then Stardust here? Or is it opposite? It might be opposite. I always forget this pattern. There we go. You can see the little blue line there. We're just waiting for some starlight to hit. If we needed to, we could link this guy here, but we haven't needed to yet, so we're good. Nice. So this is a Lucerna collection crystal. It'll focus the Lucerna starlight, which is exactly what we want. Now, if we wanted to, with Constellation, we could use enhanced celestial collectors. This is a multi-block structure that we could build that makes things even better. Even better. Maybe we should do that, just for demo. Like, so what I could do is I could just stick this Lucerna Collection crystal here, right? And we could augment this guy like so. We could put that here, and we could just say link and link, and then boom, he's more powerful now, which is cool. Or what we could do is create the multi-block structure. So right now, he is more powerful. So, like, let's do a quick trick. What I'm going to do is just switch you to peaceful mode, and then switch you back to hard, and we will see with this augment here what kind of range it prevents mob spawns, right? So you'll note there's no mob spawns on my map, really. So all the way out here, a really good distance away. And there's also one, it looks like over here. It did say the reflections is what affects range, so I might need to do some reflection stuff. We'll take a look at that. For fun, let's do that. I think that's a good plan. So let's unlink you. So that should stop linking, and then those white beams should disappear, I would think. Probably-ish. Maybe in a minute. He'll think about it. Okay. And let's get the stuff for the multi-block structure for this. Because it's not super necessary for Lucerna, I don't think. But it will really make a point as to how to make this thing as good as possible. So let me get all the ingredients that I need here, which would be this, right? We're going to need several starlight buckets, but we've got a tank back there. So that shouldn't be a problem. So we're going to want some marble, basically. Let's get some. So I'm going to want 5 chiseled. Boom. We're going to want 12 runed. So I think that needs more chiseled, right? Yeah, we're definitely going to need some more of that. Let's just grab a bunch. We're going to need some regular marble, which is you. We're going to need 1 pillar, 5 engraved, which we may or may not have any engraved. Have I used up all my engraved? I think so. And then, and that's it pretty much. So let's get engraved marble. We want 5 of them. Perfect. We'll grab a few engraves because it doesn't hurt to have a few extra. I'm going to make a few more extra chiseled. I'm told that you can use the rock cutter, like the vanilla one, I think, to make these things. Or at least a lot of them. But well, I'm not in a rush to do that. So that should be cool. That looks good. So let's go build our multi-block structure over here. This will enhance Starlight Collection even better. This mostly helps during the day, by the way. So your most helpful bit will be during the day. So I'm just kind of checking this out. Okay, cool. And because Lucerna, you know, prevents mob spawns, and mobs don't spawn during the day, it's questionable how important it is to do what we're doing in this particular ritual. However, for other rituals, like I said, it's going to be a lot better, right? So what we want is a 3x3 of marble. Cool. And then we're going to want 3 runed on either side. Like so. Cool. And then on the bottom, we're going to want the cubey one and then this one on top of it. Like that. Yes. Like that. And then in the middle is going to be this dude with a pillar on top of him. And this dude on top, like that. Okay, and then we're going to want several buckets of starlight, so I'm just going to grab this dude real fast and make my life a little bit easier by putting him, let's say, here. Corner, side, corner, side, corner, side, there. And I do believe that there's a 1 block gap in between the block and the crystal. So your best approach there is to pop this dude here, put the Lucerna crystal on top, and then break this. And see how he gets yellow light? And see how there's yellow particles coming off the liquid starlight? That's how you know that you formed this correctly. If you have an incorrectly formed multi-block, goodbye yellow particle effects. You did not do a good job. So this bad, this good, okay? And now this guy will collect even more starlight energy and really augment this ritual, which is cool, right? But you might notice these white little sparks or lines coming off, right? So what's happening here, and if you read the chapter on, it's probably in attunement. Ritual accelerations. Ritual pedestals are not effective as collector crystals at gathering starlight. Linking a collector crystal to the pedestal will see increased speed of the ritual as long as the light from the same constellation of the attuned crystal in the pedestal. That's what we did, right? We got 2 lucernas, one that's just a regular crystal that goes into the ritual, one that's a collector crystal that focuses the starlight. Due to how rituals operate, this additional starlight does not directly feed the magical ritual itself, but does provide additional magical energy to be manipulated by the pedestal. As the energy being provided to a ritual increases, balancing the ritual will need to be performed to increase its speed. Beams of starlight will be sent from the pedestal where there is an imbalance, and a crystal lens should be placed at the end of each beam and linked to the pedestal to balance the flow of energy. This will require a maximum of 5 reflections, at which time the ritual will be fully balanced no matter how much more starlight is channeled into it. A ritual's operating speed is dependent on how much starlight energy is being provided. The placement of these balancing lenses will not need to change if the attuned crystal in the pedestal is removed or exchanged unless the constellation of the attunement also changes. If an anchor is present, the ritual will automatically mirror the energy balance to the anchor from any crystal lenses present, creating a dazzling show of starlight energy. While the Academy has been unable to measure a maximum speed of operation for any ritual, the attuned crystal in the pedestal definitely has limits. Continuing to accelerate the operational speed of a ritual once it is fully balanced may cause stress fracturing of an attuned crystal, risking parts of the crystal breaking off and reducing attributes. Good to note. I'm curious to see how that works. So basically what it's saying is these white beams coming off of here are an imbalance of the light. So we want to reflect it back using crystal lenses. So that's what we're going to make in just a moment here. So we want these guys, right? And they're going to be made using glass lenses, right? And we're going to set that up now. So let me go craft a few of these. Now these guys, as you can see, because on the tooltip it tells you purity and shape, we do somewhat care about them. So for lenses, purity is kind of like the only... Purity, shape, and size are the attributes that we care about for lenses. So if we want to make a lens, like so, right, the stats of the crystal in the lens determine the stats of the crystal on the crystal lenses themselves. The size attribute will affect how many lenses you get per craft. The purity attribute will affect the lens transfer rate, and the shape will affect the lens effect attribute. Not super sure what those super mean, but generally speaking for lenses, if you're going to make a crystal that's good for lenses, you want size, purity, and shape. That's all that matters for lenses. So let me see what I got, and I'll come right back once I'm ready to do that. So I just harvested the crystal that I got, and it's a size 3, shape 3, focus Armara. That's kind of cool. But I also have some shape 1s here that I split up. I kind of don't want to... I want the focus because those are kind of rare. So let's see if I can split the focus off of this guy. That would be cool. Well, I got focus Armara 1s. There we go. Size 1, focus Armara 1. Okay. So many attributes. So little time. Size 1. Size 1's not important, right? And the reason I say that is, remember, you can improve the size attribute by just dropping your crystal in Starlight by itself. So don't fuss too much over size 1. Or any size attribute for that matter. So let's see, you can split now into that. That looks pretty good. So yeah, having one of each kind is pretty neat. So I'm gonna do these 3 shapes. So we'll have shape 3, and then I'll use Starlight by itself to make size 3. And we're just gonna go shape 3, size 3. Yeah, purity's nice to have, but also I don't have any purity on any of the crystals I have at the moment. So rather than waiting, I'm just going to make the thing as it sits, right? Because again, and I've said this several times this episode, but I'm saying it again, Lucerna doesn't need like the most perfect thing. In a future episode, we'll probably create a ritual that does some damage to mobs, and with that one, we'll probably want to get it as close to perfect as we can, just to see how good it can be. And there'll probably be a few other rituals that we play with to try and get them really perfect, but Lucerna doesn't have to be the best of the best. So I'm going to hold off on going too crazy with my crystal attributes. But I'll still try and make it good, right? Doesn't hurt to make it good. And we'll see how many lenses we get from one crystal of size 3 and shape 3. Size is what affects how many lenses you get, right? So if all you care about is getting more than one lens per craft, size is the attribute you want. All right, guys, we're back. I've got a size 3 and shape 3 crystal. It'll be good enough. Like I said, if you really want it to be perfect, get Purity 2 on there, and that'll be the best lens you can get. But for now, let's do this and craft it up. Boop-a-doop-boop. And then this. And let's see how many of these things we get, right? So this is how we're going to craft the thing with the nice crystal that we just made, and we'll see how many lenses we get. Remember, we need 5 in order to make this the best ritual it can be. And we got 7, nice, of shape 3, right? So see how the size attribute doesn't go on here? Because again, all size does is determine how many lenses you get from the craft, right? So what I like to do in this guy, in this setup, let's see, I could probably pull this off without going home real quick. Let's do marble pillars, because I like doing marble pillars. I think they look cool, right? We're going to need a few more marble pillars, though. So let's get just a few more of these. And that should be cool. Okay. So what I like to do is place pillars down. And generally speaking, I think it's 2 blocks up, right? It's a little bit hard sometimes to determine exactly where things are going to be. And pay attention to the circle down here, right? Is that a 3rd block up? It almost looks like it, right? I didn't think it would go that high, but it does look like it is, right? So if you place that dude on there, you'll note that like the beam is kind of reaching out in that direction. So what you want to do now is link the lens back to the pedestal. Oh, that's cool. Nice. I think that worked. Cool. Okay. Now this one appears to be terminating here, right? So we want to do that and link the beam back to the pedestal. Nice. And I'm guessing the yellow lightning is indication that you did it correctly. So this is a little different than before because it can go up as high as 3 now, it looks like. I didn't know that. That's a new mechanic, right? So then here to here, and that links that back. And you'll notice a lot more yellow going on, right? And also more yellow going on inside this circle, which is good times. There seems to be a beam here that's only 1 block tall, so that's neat. So it looks like it can be anywhere from 1 to 3 blocks tall. I'm assuming that you're cool. Now where's the 5th one? Is that here? And then you to that. Did we do it? Is it Uber? I think so. I think it's good. I think that's it. I think we done did it. So that's about as good of a Lucerna ritual as you're going to get. Like I said, you could probably make it a little bit better. So what I'm going to do again is just flip it to peaceful to get rid of all enemy mobs nearby, just as a test, right? Could I sleep through the night to make it? Yes. I'm saving those 10 seconds of effort, right? But this is how you make an optimal ritual, right? So the ritual itself, a little bit. Adding the collector crystal gives it more power. Adding this multi-block under the collector crystal gives it even more power and makes it work better during the day. And then setting up the reflective crystal lenses and focusing them back on the collector crystal makes it even better. And really, this is the thing that which you can only do, by the way, once you link this dude, right? Once you link a collector crystal is the only time you can do the reflective lens thing. But this reflective lens thing is really what makes the ritual work a lot better. And you can see on my map, no mobs. I don't see no mobs anywhere. No mobs. Let's see how far we have to go from the collector crystal before we start seeing mobs now. Cool? Yeah, noticeable improvement, right? So the number of lens reflections that we do, I think is specifically mentioned in the constellation Lucerna, right? The reach of the ritual increases based on the number of balancing lenses active on the ritual, right? So for Lucerna specifically, adding the starlight power and all that stuff and the multi-block wasn't all that important, but the reflecting lenses is what was important. Look at this. I'm running all the way back out to this to this area over here, and I'm not seeing mobs. Awesome, right? So these rituals are really cool, really powerful, and there's a bunch of them that do some really neat stuff. So I don't think I have any mob concerns anymore. At what point am I going to run into monsters? I don't even know. Like, look how far I am from a base. I'm all the way up here, and there's still no mobs showing up. Bananas. Bananas. I'm just waiting for mobs to happen. Oh, I see an Enderman. So this seems to be it. I see an Enderman. Nice. Nice. I see an Enderman. All the way up here is where I'm encountering my first mob. Which I hope isn't like... This might be an Enderman from like last time I was in this area. I don't even know. Because I'm not seeing any other mobs show up yet. Wow, this is a really long range ritual. I mean, to be fair, I did some pretty good... I did a really good job with my crystals and stuff, right? Like, I made them pretty powerful. But wow, this is actually really long range. I'm surprised that I've gone this far and still not running any monsters. I didn't leave it on peaceful, right? No, I'm definitely on hard. I didn't leave it on peaceful, did I? I mean, to be fair, I did just see an Enderman, so that should tell you that it's not on peaceful still. But yeah. So if you don't want the range to be this long, if you want mobs closer than this, but not right next to your base, just adjust the number of lenses that you're focusing, right? Like lower it to 3 or 2, and then you'll have mobs closer to your base, but still not super close, right? Wow, this is shenanigans, actually, how far away this is reaching. What is going on? Where are the mobs? Holy cow, I'm really far away from my base. I'm really far away from my base. I gotta wonder. Oh, look, there we go. Creepers. Creepers and skeletons, folks. I think we found the mobs. I think we found the mobs. Either that or these are mobs that unloaded. I mean, maybe. Maybe. I just want to make sure, like, more continue to spawn in this area. These could be mobs that spawned when I was here last, right? And then, like, unloaded from the chunk. Yeah, buddy, I know. Maybe. Like that Enderman. I'm suspecting that might be the case, right? I don't even know at this point. Meh, doesn't matter. I think it's time for wrapping up the episode. So for now, Devil20 signing off. We don't have mobs anywhere, which is great. Let's do this. Let's pop over to our Astral area. Right, so here's Astral Temple. I am this far away from my base. I'm curious if mobs are happening out here. Mobs, anybody? I see a spider, so that's good news. You know, in case I want to go kill mobs, I want to make sure where I can go to do so. But again, this could have just been unloaded from last time. Yeah, I think these mobs might be spawning. Yeah, I think these are mobs spawning. Maybe. We'll see. Alright, like I said, for now, Devil20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. That is the power of Astral rituals. There's a lot of them. They do a lot of cool things. We'll probably be taking a look at them more and more as the series goes on, but we've done a lot of Astral the last few episodes, like a real lot of Astral. So I think what I'm going to do is take a break from the magic mods for a little bit, because I like to juggle it up, right? I like to do, you know, some magic here, some tech there, and go back to magic at some point. So we'll take a little break from Astral. We will start looking at technical stuff, because I want to get back into that. And also, because this is episode 20, it's going to be a world download. So you guys will have access to download my world and play around in it and check out all the progression I've made in Astral. I think there's a thing for sharing research somewhere in here. Isn't that true? Research sharing. Yeah, so I found it. It is called the Scroll of Written Expertise. So what I'm going to do is make one of these for anybody who's downloading the world. Right? So all I got to do is a little bit of this. We might want to link this guy because it's midday, so we don't have any starlight power, right? So what if I were to link you to here? Little bit, not too shabby. Now, can I make the Scroll of Written Expertise with this much starlight? No, I need a lot more. So what if I unlinked you? Let's actually unlink you from all links. That'll get rid of all the power in there, right? And then just have you focus directly on there. See how much power we get during the day? right? Because remember I said, you know, it splits, so we tripled the amount of power, right? Because it was splitting over 3 things. So if I shift right click this, contains knowledge from Direwolf 20, right? So if you guys download my world, you'll have a scroll here that you can use to catch up on my Astral knowledge without having to do all the progression yourselves. Isn't that cool? So usually what I do when I'm setting up a world download, I will grab a chest. Let's make it an iron chest, because I think I got enough junk that I need an iron chest. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. And I'll leave it in my house here for you. And I just put all my junk in it. Cool. Including armor. Did I have any baubles yet? I forget. Did I have any baubles? I don't think so. Just the sash. That's right. I do have the Sojourner sash. So that's for you guys to play with. So for now, Deltoy signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time and get back into some technical stuff. And we'll probably intersperse it throughout. There's some really powerful things from Astral that I haven't shown you yet, but we will be checking them out, definitely, in future episodes. So I'm not done with Astral. I'm just going to switch it up for a little bit and go back to tech. All right. Take it easy, guys.